Hi everybody, welcome to Shivers Speaks. This week is my birthday week, so we are going to be talking about birthday themes, folklore, and some movies that kind of fit the theme as well. So kicking off with some folklore, early birthday celebrations started with the pagans. We're back to the pagans, almost like everything else. The pagans believed that a person was especially susceptible to spells of good and evil during their birthday season. During a person's birthday, personal spirits make their appearances as well. That means you're a bit closer to the spirit world on this day that is special to you. This is where birthday wishes come from, believing that the spirits closest to you would take your innermost wants and dreams and help manifest them to life with more strength than any other day. For the tradition of giving gifts for birthday. In ancient Greek times, gifts were given to those celebrating their birthday as a way to get rid of evil spirits. They also used noisemakers to help scare away the bad spirits, which is where party poppers used to celebrate birthdays really came from. For the tradition of cake. While cakes have been around long before birthdays, the Germans are the ones who started the tradition of cakes adorned with candles for birthdays. Sometime during the end of the 18th century, Germans began celebrating Kinderfest. This celebration involved placing one candle for each year of life. The birthday child would blow out the candles while making a wish, and today Kinderfest doubles as a summertime parade and celebration and a collective birthday celebration for elementary school-aged boys and girls. In England, birthday cakes in the 18th century were also baked with a ring inside of them. And the person who received the ring in their slice of cake would be the one to marry the birthday boy or girl. Pennsylvania Germans may have had the most delicious rule regarding birthday cuisine. Tradition requires you to eat a donut for luck on your birthday, which guarantees you will live an extra year. For candles, I know we mentioned candles already, but birthday candles themselves really started with Artemis, the moon goddess. To help celebrate Artemis, Greeks offered her cakes adorned with glowing candles. The Greeks also believed that smoke helped carry their messages to the gods. By blowing out candles, you help send your wishes skyward. So there is another tradition that is more about bad luck. Don't be early. When you run into a friend who has a birthday coming up, it's only natural to wish that person a happy birthday in advance. In some parts of the world, however, your seemingly innocent wish is supposed to bring bad luck down on the birthday boy or girl. In Russia, for example, you should never celebrate a birthday until the actual day of the event. If you can't do it that day, wait until afterward to avoid bad luck. In Germany, even wishing someone a happy birthday before the day of the event is bad luck. Just to be safe, some superstitious folks in that country don't give children any gifts until the day after their birthday. Very interesting folklore side of that. Now, in terms of certain movies, there's not a whole lot of actual birthday horror movies, but there are a couple. And of course, there's a couple that lean into the more folklore side of things. Getting it started with an actual birthday horror movie, that is Happy Death Day. That came out in 2017 and is really surrounding this girl named Tree. She is a blissfully self-centered college-age person who wakes up on her birthday in the bed of a student named Carter. As the morning goes on, Tree gets the eerie feeling that she's experienced the events of this day before. When a masked killer named Babyface suddenly takes her life in a brutal attack, she once again magically wakes up in Carter's dorm room unharmed. Now, the frightened young woman must relive the same day over and over until she figures out who murdered her. Throughout the movie, we're led on this wild goose chase of who did it, when really the premise and the moral of the story is that it's inherent for our personal growth to be selfless. Tree's personal growth, she selflessly kills herself, saving Carter's life in the process. Basically, Tree finally puts someone else's well-being before her own, and she prevails. There is a Happy Death Day too, which came out in 2019. Tree wakes up in a horror to learn that she's stuck in a parallel universe this time. Her now boyfriend, Carter, is now with someone else, and her friends and fellow students seem to be completely different versions of themselves. When Tree discovers that Carter's roommate has been altering time, She finds herself once again the target of a different masked killer. When the psychopath starts to go after her inner circle of friends, she soon realizes that she must die over and over again to save everyone else. As with the first movie, the purpose of this movie is for Tree to save herself by being selfless. Tree returns to her own reality, the time loop broken, and all of her hard-earned progress in life restored. Another movie to mention is My Soul to Take. This, I believe, is quite the underrated movie. This is from 2010, directed by Wes Craven. This is a folklore legend horror movie. The film's title comes from the line in the prayer, "Now I lay me down to sleep," which reads, "If I shall die before I wake, I pray the soul my Lord to take." Wes Craven previously used the prayer as a mantra by Nancy Thompson in A Nightmare on Elm Street, which is just your fun fact for the day. But My Soul to Take, this focuses on basically a tall tale of this legend. So in the small town of Riverton, a local legend tells of a serial killer's oath to come back and kill 7 children who were born on the night he supposedly died. Now it is 16 years later. Riverton residents are disappearing again, making some people wonder if the legend is true. These 7 children who were born on the day of the killer's death and supposedly carry the traits of his personality are dubbed as the Riverton 7. Blind Jerome, loser Alex, imaginative Jay, timid Bug, religious Penelope, beautiful Brittany, and jock Brandon. They gather for the annual ritual of killing a Ripper puppet to superstitiously prevent his return. But when the group fails to kill the puppet, they assume the worst, that the Ripper is back to fulfill his destiny. The group theorizes that the Ripper's evil soul jumped into one of the Riverton 7, forcing them to kill off all the others. That is a very tall tale, but again, a birthday movie nonetheless. So, that is it for our list today. Thank you for listening to the folklore, to the movies. As always, appreciate your listening. If you have any suggestions on things you want to hear more about, I'm always open to suggestions. So, thanks as always for listening, and I will see you next time.